What's up, guys, and welcome to Game of the Week for week number 16 here in the OMFL. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm going to knock one of these out really quick. Last time, you got a 2-for-1 special. You got weeks 14 and 15, but this time you're only going to get week 16. I cannot believe it. Listen to me, season 76 is already upon us and over, and we will be in the playoffs here in just a couple more hours, really. I mean, these last games usually go by pretty quickly as guys knock it out. I think there's already 3 or 4 games in the book. So let's look at this one really fast as the Kansas City Chiefs at 12-3 survive the Denver Broncos at 5-10. The Broncos had a pretty down season. They had some moments where they looked like that they could push through, but at the end of the day, they just struggled through another season. But hopefully, they'll be able to get some things put together for next season. They only allowed 178 passing yards, but it really was the Chiefs' defense and that rushing game that ended up hurting the Denver Broncos. They allowed 130 yards rushing to the Kansas City Chiefs. On the other side of the ball, they had no pass defense. I mean, no passes allowed. The pass defense was just outstanding today. 118 passing yards allowed by the Kansas City Chiefs of the Denver Broncos and 168 rush yards. So both of these teams are rushing the ball really well. I think guys are starting to figure out this rushing game and really are able to turn the corner. 3 sacks for the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 sacks for the Denver Broncos. Both played really, really well on third down. 67% for the Kansas City Chiefs, which is just amazing. 50% for the Denver Broncos. There was only 1 turnover from each team and 1 takeaway for each team. So they played a pretty clean game. Watson played pretty well and has had a pretty fantastic season. 14 of 23, 195 yards, 1 touchdown with the 1 interception. On the other side of the ball, though, the Denver Broncos really struggled. Hartman didn't play bad. He was 11 of 13 for 123 yards, and then clearly he got hurt. Taylor went 1 of 6, 13 yards, 1 interception. So Tyrod Taylor was not able to step in for the Denver Broncos and keep that game going. On the rushing attack, though, everybody played really well. Hunt, 12 for 62. Mack, 4 for 66, along with 55. Hunt also had 2 touchdowns on the day. Charles, 7 for 54, along with 41, 2 touchdowns. Anderson, 16 for 80, along with 26. So those guys were able to rush the ball really, really well. Looking at the passing game, Tyler Elfert, 5 receptions, 63 yards, no touchdowns though. Austin played pretty good over here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Tavon Austin, 4 receptions, 94 yards with a touchdown. He had a long of 70, really broke that thing open. Looking at the defense, Jensen had an interception on the day. Wormley had a sack. McCoy had a sack. Over on the Denver Broncos side, Wolf had a sack. Von Miller had a sack. He's had a pretty good season. And Roby had the interception. But the Denver Broncos come up just short against a very, very good playoff team. It'll be interesting to see what Kansas City can do as he gets into the playoffs. His last couple of seasons, he's really played extremely well. A little bit of the bending on the rules. You got to clean some things up there. We always seem to have to make up new rules or bring clarity to rules. But look, just keep playing some sim football and you'll have a good playoff. It'll be interesting to see what happens to this team as they get into the playoffs. Denver Broncos, we're looking at you to make a run here. You've got the offseason cap room. You've got the players. There's a couple of older players they'll probably have to move on from. But overall, they have the basis of a pretty good team. So that's a look at your week 16 game of the week here in the OMFL. Thank you for tuning in. We should have a Press Pass Live out for you tomorrow. Make sure that you check out the rest of the content that's posted on the website. Hell, even go check out the GFW Wrestling Show. It just dropped yesterday. Should be pretty good. Until next time, we'll see you. Peace.